In this season, I want to say happy birthday to all the Aries. We've been saying we're battle cats, but we're not battle cats. We only battle when it's necessary. Or we don't take a whole lot of bull. I ain't with foolishness. I'm just gonna say it like that. I'm not with the foolishness. I'm very loyal to whosoever, but I ain't with the foolishness. I know one thing about an Aries, they do not play about their children. Or I think any mother right here. No, I found out a lot of mothers don't. A lot of fathers don't either. And can I say this is my little time?
Yes, ma'am.
Being a mother of a transgender
trans mama, it's okay.
Transgender
we understand.
Child. I'm looking at all this stuff that's being said negative about them and drag queens. It's a lot of things. I am a Christian. There's a lot of things I don't like. It's a lot of things I don't agree with. But I already been told I'm going to hell, so it don't matter either way because nobody can put me there or take me out, and ain't nobody got there yet to know who going yet. But anyway, I'm going to speak on this as me having a transgender child. My child is not a demon. My child is not a predator. Am I correct my words when I said a predator?
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one?
A
mutant. My child is none of those things. The child that I have that is trans is a loving child, a child that honors me, a child that's been there for me, a child who watch out for me and make sure that we are okay. A child that gets up every day trying to make the best for their life to be better for themselves, not to try to take nothing from nobody or wait on nobody to give them anything. I train my child since a child, and even if my child has
Yes, that's it, mama.
Trans. That don't make what's inside of them what they've been raised as a child that we as parents have put in our children. That don't mean that go away. They made some decision that they felt that was best in their life for them to make them feel comfortable with their life. Because I'd rather have my child sitting here by me than to be reading and being probably end up dead myself, being my child would have committed a suicide. I think it's so unfair what they're doing right now with these legislation. I can't say it, so say it.
The law, mama.
The law. Everybody that I done met that's been a drag queen trans, the people that I have been around and I've seen, because I'm learning what trans is through my own child. I'm learning how to walk through this with my child. And what I'm seeing is the stuff that I see. And what you all are saying about them, you're worrying about the wrong thing. God told us to. One plant, one water, he does the increase. I see there's so much focus on about transgender and gay too, the LB, well, you know I get them letters mixed up. LBGQ, Aries, whatever just letters.
Just the community, mama. Just say
you're so worried about them and saying they're doing these things to our children. But what I'm seeing is our own fathers that are not those transgender that are doing these things to our children. Killing, it's so much stuff, guns, it's so much killing going on. All my children are out of school, but I got grandbabies now. I got grands coming and they focusing on the wrong thing. Yes, I know what the Bible said, but you also before you can catch anything of something change, you'll never get anything treating people with hate. You'll never gain anyone from that. Just the Bible said love, and God came and gave grace for everybody, and even for them. But this transgender child right here is none of those things that's being preached about or whatever these laws they're making. This child has been nothing but a blessing to me in my life. Nothing but a blessing. I'll speak to all the parents out there that got kids that are gay, trans, whatever they are. That's still your child. Me and this one don't agree on everything. I don't agree with everything my child do, but I do want one thing I want my child to know is that my love is unconditional for my child, regardless. The same way God love is for us. And I sit and I tell my child, it's a lot of things going on. I get nervous, I'm nervous, and I get nervous when I go to talking before this camera. But there's a lot of people speaking things they don't know what you're afraid of. How can you're knocking something, you're just afraid. Because some of the things you're hearing about that is not true.
No.
I'm sorry, I'm pushing you over.
No, I just had to move my leg.
It is not true what they're saying. The predator sometimes is your own brothers right in your house, their own fathers. And you're putting so much, you're trying to take jobs from them. Where they go out, I don't know if any of you ever been to a drag show. I've been to it. It was just, all I see was people trying to make a living and entertaining people. Nobody was there trying to harm any children, do anything. I think that's so unfair to try to take their jobs away, take their homes away. They paying taxes, putting in towards taxes. When you keep taking all these things away from those people who are working, what you gonna have people out there, if they can't make a living, they're gonna start stealing or doing all kind of things. Am I lying? If you can't make it one way, they gotta bring in some money some kind of way. It's just too many things. They focusing on the wrong thing. People are killing people every day. Every day. And you talk about they are human. I hear them say, my child is not unhuman. Maybe to you, but not to me. Because this child has been nothing but blessing. Not only for me, for many others. And I'm a mother, and I sit and I hear it. It ain't hard walking through this. It's not easy walking through this and seeing all these laws and all of that. This is my first time ever being so nervous for my child right now with looking at all these laws and stuff they're making. And I don't need none of y'all Christian coming telling me you condone, because I'm sick of y'all telling me with that bull about you condoning your child in the wrong. All you can do is tell your child, you raise them, you can train them up, raise them, but you can't make them, you can't live that life for them. You can't make them do what they don't want to do. What you want them to do when they get grown, they on their own. And too many of you, I done heard some of your children write me, sharing their stories. And a lot of you throw your children that are gay, trans out at the age of 12, 13. They get raped. What does a 12 and a 13-year-old know about life? They just learning. You can't make, I don't care how mad you try to, you can't beat what they're going through out of. See, I'm speaking to you from experience. And when I learn better, I do better. Because one day, God, I prayed 7 days. And I fasted for 7 days straight. And I asked God, why would you give me a child with this, going through this? And I love you so much. And I cried, and I could hear, not out loud, but in my heart. And it spoke to me and said, stop trying to change your child and just love your child. And the relationship you all seeing right now, we didn't always have this. This is for me listening to what was inside of me and watching. Not only did I gain something, but I gained something beautiful between me and my child. And it just hurts me to hear how many children, when they come and share their stories, some of them be crying to me and telling me what has happened to them with parents doing it. And I was saying, boo, I can't believe parents would throw a child out at 13, 14. What? They don't know nothing. They don't know nothing about life. It's just sad. You're focusing on the wrong thing. There's too many other things in the world to just be worried about. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it right.
The community.
The community. There's too many other things that we need. We got hungry children out here. We got people need jobs. We got different things. The thing is what really we need is everybody need to be able to go to a doctor. Everybody can't afford to have pay for their food, especially a single mom. I was a single mom. And I worked every day. Sometimes I had 2 and 3 jobs. And I raised my children alone. I went through some hard things. And when I saw my children, this child here used to be a model child. And I didn't know what my child was going through. I didn't know all the fighting going on my child was doing in school, that my child was battering, going through, trying to find themselves out. I didn't know. And sometimes your children, you see they acting different in school. We need to make a safe space for our children. This is all I'm going to say to parents out there, whether you agree with them or not. You need to make a safe place for your children, because you don't know what they're going through. Because I didn't know my child was going through all that. My child walked away to keep me from knowing. And I thought I had done something so bad, hurt my child, and understand what was going on. And my child was trying to shield me from what he was experiencing inside. Right?
Just tell me.
I'm nervous, boy. I'm nervous. But it's just sad that you throw your children, let your children still know you love them, because that's why you're having so many mental issues. Some of them on drugs real heavy, some of them drinking. When I listened to Monique, especially the other night, and she shared about her
Uncle Tina.
Uncle Tina. To just listening to that, it had me crying. Because there's a lot of children that have come and spoke to me about that they experienced some of that same stuff with how they rejected them. Just because you show your child love don't mean you condone everything they do. It's just letting them know you love them. Because me, I was a mother before I was a Christian. And the only thing I want to leave out of this earth that my child to know is that I loved you unconditionally the same way God loved me. Because even now with me walking with God, you still mess up sometimes. I don't get it always right. And I know I may not be the best example of a Christian to some, but I want to be. I love God and I love my child, but I love God more. My child is growing. I can't tell my child how to live their life. I raised my child to be the best they could be. And just because they trans and go and love who they feel they want to love, or who they feel they should be, that don't mean they change who they are inside or what we raised. We have to let them go. That was the hardest thing for me as a single mom to do with having kids, was to let them go. And my heart be breaking. I try not to cry because y'all already called me Mother Tear. But it's too many children. And I had parents that come to my house and tell me when I had Section 8, there was one came and she told me about, told me a parent, and there was one, a sister came and told me about how the father found out her brother was gay at the age of 15 or 14, and her father threw him out. And she started crying. And it made me cry. She said that her father threw the child out. And the son, because he was so close, connected to his family. And when he threw the son out, he didn't have nobody he felt he could go. And he ended up killing himself. And when the father found out he killed himself, she said her father ended up having a massive heart attack, and he died. He never could get over the pain of his son killing himself. I don't think I could have lived with nothing like that. I'd rather have my child here by my side like this than to have looking over memories of a dead child that killed themselves, never understanding why. So all I say to parents, whoever going through it, you can't beat it out of them. You can't hate it out of them. There's nothing you can do. That's between them and God. All you can do is keep on praying. And if prayer don't do nothing, you might as well just let them be and let God work it out. You can pray, you got to pray and let it go. Let God work it out. And that goes for all the people who that way. You can't do that. You can't live people's life. You cannot. That's their life. What they do in their bedroom is between them and God. That's between them. We can only go so far. You can't control nobody. But there's so many children out here walking every day. They ain't children no more, they grown adults. And some of them, you wonder why people have some bad attitude, don't know how to get along with others and stuff. A lot of them walking around hurting because they used to have their family, now they don't have nobody, and they're hurting. They're hurting, and that's why they go build their own family. And then you churches, my God, I don't think God would do it the way y'all do it. I don't think he will be doing it. Let the people come in. God say, let the wheat and the tare grow together. And in that day, I'll do the separation. Because when people walking through that church door, you don't know what they're coming out from or what they're hurting from. You don't know. And the church hurt me a lot. So I can understand. That's why I'm not going to go for all the foolishness, what they said. Y'all can tell me I'm going to hell all you want to, but I've been in hell with some of the ones who's supposed to be in the church. The church is supposed to be like a hospital for people to come with their brokenness, to come where they feel they got a place they can come and get help. But most of the time you go into churches now, you go in there and try to share your brokenness with her. It's everybody in the church knows. That ain't how it's supposed to be. That's supposed to be a healing place for people to come. But if you won't let them in the door, I don't understand. You think God gonna be pleased with that? Because there's a scripture in the Bible that say, if you see someone, you see a brother doing something, and that brother, you don't try to tell them they done something wrong, then that blood is on your hand in the day when you come to meet with God. But if you know you done tried to tell them and they still want to go their way, that ain't on you, that's on them and God. But what I'm seeing in the church, you pushing the people out. They want to come to church. They come in the church, you picking out who gay, who ain't. You don't know, looking on the outside, sometimes y'all gonna be dead wrong. Just like my baby be seeing trying to tell some of y'all women, I can speak because I'm with my child. When my child sitting here telling some of y'all about these men, because one actually told me I don't care. When I tried to get them away, because they be interfering with what I'm trying to do when we out together. That's me and my baby time. Y'all play on y'all time, not with mine. Boy is sitting here telling y'all the truth about a lot of things about the men, because they, even with me being with my baby, they'll ease when they think I done moved away from Boo, they'll ease around and ease them in the pump in Boo hand. I see everything. I act just like I don't. But listen, ladies, because my child learned, this trans child right here, I have learned a lot. This trans child right here has taught me, I even learned how to walk in my faith better with walking with this child. So what I learned from this, walking through this, with even after that prayer with talking with God, it's showing me how to walk out my faith. And when you ask God, when you pray something, you ask it, you got to believe that it's going to happen. So I'm walking like what I pray is happening. And I'm not going to look at what my child doing, because there was some people, some of you evangelists, some of you evangelize yourself, not God. You was evangelized by yourself. You made yourself an evangelist. There's a lot of you made yourself preachers. You ain't called by God. You call yourself. Because a lot of things I see y'all doing to people, for even me being a Christian, you even make me don't even want to go to church no more, the way some of y'all carry on. We supposed to be the example that people would want to come to God. And these are still, you call them unhuman, these are still our children, our sons, our daughters, our uncles, our aunties. These are still humans. They're humans, just like us. And God said we all are in his image. We all supposed to be in his image. We can't make people do what we want to do. All you can do is tell them and walk away. But that blood, you standing at the door blocking them in like the Pharisee. You're trying to stop the people from coming in who trying to come in to get to know God. Because them same gay people, as you said, them same trans people, they have people that die in their family. And they need a place to go when they're hurt. They need somewhere where they can go to talk to someone. So parents, if they can't go nowhere else, I'd rather for my child to come to talk to me than other people on the outside to tell them all kind of things. So I might not be the kind of Christian you all want me to be, but I don't live for people. I live for God. And I try to read his word and learn how he and study how he did with people. And one thing I learned about God, he always met people right where they was. He never beat them down with what they done or doing. He met them right where they was. And the only people I seen he did talk real bad to was the ones who supposed to know his word. They were supposed to know. You let me know when you're ready for me to get off this stuff. Because I'm nervous and I go to what I really be wanting to say. Sometimes I get nervous. But all I say to the parents who have gay children, make a space. Make a space where your child can come and talk to you. Because a lot of these suicides probably is a lot of it for children are battering what they're going through and they feel they can't come and talk to no one. They need a space where they can talk to you, even if you don't agree with them. Just let them know you love them. Put your arms around and let them know you love them. That don't hurt nobody. Because my Bible tells me love is the greatest thing we can give. And my God is all about love. But I have to say to everybody, I don't care who you is, you're going to have to give account of everything you do one day, even for you speaking in your mouth. And a lot of you out here telling these lies about my child, and you're talking about me, baby, all I do is go and say, God, don't hurt him too bad. Because my Bible tells me, touch not my anointed. And you do not know who's God anointed. Just because a person walking one way today, don't mean that God can turn them overnight in a different direction. And you don't know who's God's. So you can't be sitting putting your mouth on somebody. And you better be careful. When I always try to tell my child, boo, please, don't do back what others do to you. My Bible says when they speak evil of you, you speak good of them. Well, my baby may not be able to do that yet, but I would do it for my child. For those who speak evil, I have sat and watched people say things about my baby wasn't true. It's hard as a mother looking at that. It's hard for me not to get on this thing and go lie myself and tell some of y'all off. I have to hold my peace because, baby, you say it, I am that ram when you mess with my babies. You sit and y'all tell my child, try to clock chase. My child don't have to clock chase. People call them, I'm right here looking at it. They call to try to find my child. You all the ones who calling my child a clock chase. You're the one trying to clock chase. And let me tell you something, if you want to stop trying to go up on what somebody else done made, learn to get it for yourself. Because as long as you keep speaking evil over someone else or what they ain't gonna have or how they ain't got this, that's why your stuff won't grow. Because you're cursing yourself. Every curse word, a curse, a negative thing you putting towards this one, just look at it. It reverses. It goes to you. That's why you won't never see yourself get any higher. And I always tell my baby, don't speak no evil of no man. It's hard. It ain't easy. It's not easy to not do sometimes. Because you can't do it on your own. You need God. You need God to help you. And I thank you for giving me this little time, baby. I thank you.
Okay, because we done about to close it out now.
Okay.
Mo over there in his phone.
I'm sorry, Mo. I didn't
No. You're good, man.
But churches, open the door and let the people come in. You gotta catch the fish before you get clean. And we ain't always walked all upright ourselves to be putting our mouth on other people. We ain't always walking, and some of us still ain't walking. I see y'all putting them down. How many of y'all in the church, y'all church hoes? Going to church every Sunday. You're sleeping with, I don't hear y'all talking about fornication. Many of you sitting up there with the preachers. Listen, I've been in the churches where they doing it, did it. They going to church singing in the choir every Sunday, open their legs so soon they get out. You don't talk about that. You ain't making it. God don't like that. You ain't there messing with the pastor. The pastor got 3 and 4 mistresses in the church. You ain't talking about that. That's still sin. Ain't no big in sin. With sin is sin. If the thing say I gotta go 60 feet for any of us to make it, and you only go 20, I go 40. Neither one of us made it because we didn't get it right. In God's eyes. And ain't none of us gonna get it all right until he come. Philippians 1:6, until that day of completion, we all, and even when you in a Christian, that's what, and what another thing make me sick with some of y'all Christians. Y'all sit up and act like y'all perfect and make other people feel like when they make a mistake, it's the end of the world for them. But how many mistakes you done made behind closed doors nobody don't know about? It just theirs was able to be seen and yours wasn't. Because we all make mistakes, and even me. And I'm going to enjoy my life, and I'm going to live my life. I'm going to live my life. And so, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about me, because I only got one person to answer to, and that's God. But I try to live my life that it'll show some kind of example of Christ. And it don't hurt nobody to give anybody respect, whether you agree with them or don't agree with them. Everybody is due respect. I'm done, baby.
Okay. All right. It's out.
No, it ain't all out.
All right.
But I got enough for it out.
Okay. All right.
Thank you for that.
Okay.
Thank y'all again for the beautiful birthday wishes, the gifts. I think it was what is the one with
we ain't gonna know all the names.
The people who gave me that
Skin
stuff.
Potion.
Skin Potion. Thank you so much for the what is that? Kamasutra.
Mama, just thank her for the gift. Don't try to tell them about the name.
But it make when you get out of the bathtub, it feels so good. It make you feel so smooth when you take a shower and get out. And you already know Anthony P. Brown. Those oils, thank you so much, my love. You have been over the years sending me blessings of white diamond. But while I'm down here, I don't just want white diamond. I want it all the flavors, because I don't know all the flavors. But my number one flavor is white diamond and white door. But I want to experience. I done got 60 years old, and I don't know how much longer I got. And I want to do everything that I ever want to do in my life. I want to be able to live the rest of my life and enjoy it. So I want to learn some new things. We're never too old to learn more. And I got plenty more room to learn.
Let's just be finished now.
I guess.
All right.